Greetings, this is Falinon, and this right here is Elmrich. Now, before anyone comments down below, I know the correct pronunciation is Eldritch. However, Eldritch doesn't sound like a name. Elmrich does, like, you know, Mr. Elmrich, a surname. Eldritch doesn't. So, yeah. Also, Nightmare on Elm Street's one of my favorite horror movies, so I kind of changed the Eld to an Elm, so it sounds more like a name. It's a reference to two of my favorite things, Lovecraft and Nightmare on Elm Street. And anyone can get the reference anyway, but yeah, I have had those comments before with this character, so there we go. And today is the first day of the new fucking patch. Tomb of Sargeras isn't out, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm glad about, because I'm not prepared yet. I've not done any of the looking into the strategies. I've not watched any of the Fat Boss videos, which I'll have to do. Because next week, there it is, Tomb of Sargeras begins. So, I'm not ready. So apparently this week we can do Chromie stuff. I have no idea where to go, but I'm sure I'll find it somewhere. And Time Walking, not Ice Crown. I really want Time Walking Ice Crown, but Time Walking, Black Temple is a thing. So, of course, Blizzard being the geniuses they are, this week's Time Walking is Mr. Pandaria. Anyway, let's continue with the Mount series. We're doing the Priest today, as I'm sure you gathered. You know. Anyway, instead of a fucking Blood Elf for a change, we have a fucking adorable panda. Incidentally, here's a fun fact for you. When I unlocked this before the reset, this was a dude. When I unlocked this, and I'm like, okay, this is the final day, it's really late at night, I'm at this point, I'm not going to record right now, I'll save it for the first thing tomorrow. And that was a male panda. So between last night and tonight, she's had a sex change. I mean, as long as she's happy. I'm not judging. I just didn't expect that, so there we go. Which is fine by me, because I really like female pandas. They are the most adorable race in the game. Anyway. High Priest, we received word from Neverlight Temple of a most curious visitor. Magni Brunspeed, the very speaker herself. What could he want from our order? You'd best head back to Neverlight. We'll hold down the fort here. Well then, let's fly over. By fly, I mean teleport, because I'm too fucking lazy to fly. Yeah, this is the class I use Invincible on, because just how fucking amazing does that look. So much better than on a Tauren. As good as some of these races look, their size kind of destroys a lot of the options you have, which is a shame. But yeah, it looks great on an Undead Shadow Priest. It looks amazing. Of course, this being a new patch, there's probably a bunch of talents. And oh, doesn't that look snazzy? They've changed the way that looks. They've changed, like, the style of it a little bit. I like that. That's really fucking snazzy. Yeah, I'm hoping to keep that. That's really fucking nice looking. Look at that. But I'm assuming a lot of this has changed and this setup is completely wrong. But I'm not going to look into it, because that would imply I have the first bit of knowledge in how the fuck to play this class to begin with. I do not enjoy any of the cloth classes at all. I enjoy their fantasy. At least Shadow Priest and Warlock, but I'm not a fan of the actual gameplay of them. Alright. So somewhere around here? Yeah, over there. Let's run over. Look at that guy. Doesn't that guy look amazing? You look amazing, sir. I hope you realize that. Right then.
Truly marvelous.
High Priest! I got important information for you.
Hey, great!
What's on your mind?
Alright, this is when I get to do the dwarf voice and completely fuck it up the first few times, because I always do. Thank you for coming so quickly, High Priest. King Magni, or I suppose I should say the Speaker, thinks he found a hidden Titan vault. Hello, High Priest. Hello. That comes across to me as more English than Scottish. Hello. How you doing? Oh, hello. How you doing? Right, I'm getting it. Hello, High Priest. How you doing? The speaker has just been telling us of a calling card of sorts. A calling card, that's what we're playing kind of for Persona 5. Coming from deep in the core of Azeroth. The voice is telling them, there's a lost. Yeah. I think that's wrong. The voice is telling him, there's a lost Titan vault out here. I think that's just supposed to be there's a lost Titan vault out here. Near the Maelstrom. We don't know what's inside, but he's got the feeling it's got something to do with the light and you. Bran's got a vessel waiting for you off the coast of Azeroth. Of course, I'll be accompanying you as well. For a cataloging process. Try and fucking say that in a Scottish accent. Can't go and let a chance like this go to waste. Yeah, sounds good to me. The High Priest's Light One Seeker. I fucking love dwarf voice acting.
We'll be embarking off the coast of Azuna as soon as you can join us, High Priest.
Sounds good to me. Ghost of Azuna. Alright, let's head over there now. Also, apparently there's an attack on Azuna right now. It looks like it's just popped up this second. Well, fucking lovely. Up next, Warlock. Because apparently you need to do one of these things with a Warlock quest. I'm glad I looked into these a little bit. One thing I've kind of always wanted is for one of the light healing specs to be a DPS. Now I can reason myself out of it. But I love the idea of being a light-wielding mage of some sort. You know, striking people down with holy fire. You know, instead of just being the kind of evil shadow priest, which is awesome, don't get me wrong. I love the idea of it. But I'd much rather be walking around as kind of a holy smiter, you know? And I know what you're saying, well, why not just play paladin? Because I don't want to be a melee, I want to be a caster in that regard, see what I mean? And the best way around it I can think of is, well, it's probably just going to be a fire mage with, you know, a slightly different aesthetic. And, yeah, that's probably true. So the best way around that is probably to play a fire mage and just dress it up like a priest. So, RP for you. Yeah.
Sea's calm so far. Even this close to the Maelstrom.
So, brother, the planet Azeroth, she just sort of told you to come here? Not so much in words.
Gonna hide it down a bit.
Feelings. But not like feelings you or I would have.
Now what does that even mean?
I'm worried about
Let's
Magni.
say you're a world soul.
Explain in a minute.
What sort of feelings do you suppose you'd have? Sometimes you feel
Actually, it looks like he's got a new
crumbling
model.
mountain range, and sometimes you feel like a deep, dark sea. I don't know exactly how to describe it. So she sort of felt at you that you should come here. It felt like a sunrise.
Incidentally, right away, this is awesome.
What appears to be the vault entrance.
Commencing docking procedures.
This is really cool right away. I'm loving this. Where are we? It's a brand new area. How cool is this place? Right, well, before I get into what I was talking about, let's have a look at Magni.
Whoa, that's a large door. Gotta be a lever around here somewhere, though. There's always a lever.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say I'm worried about him dying, but he looks like he's got a new model, so it's fine. People knew Varian was gonna die before he ever did, purely because they didn't update his model. It's a surefire way.
Rogue, Myers, I'm here.
The fuck did you... What?
I suppose you don't need to be looking for levers and switches no more, bro.
What did you say?
Bit of a shame, that.
I want to get a good look at him. He looks good. How fucking badass does he look now? Didn't look that good in the friggin' pre-patch. Oh wow, this place is gorgeous. Oh, these things are gonna attack us. Look at them. It's too fucking perfect.
Lost.
I'm gonna die so many times. I have no idea to play this class.
In immaculate condition. Oh, this be one for the record books. What do you suppose be in these bubbles, eh?
They must be activated simultaneously. High Priest, would you do the honors?
It would be a pleasure, Magni. Yep, these are gonna await. Alright, you ready? Let's do this.
Systems active.
Oh god, these things.
Detected. Life form scan in progress.
Ooh, I'm not sure enough what this is gonna lead to. Weapons up!
No essential life forms detected.
I didn't know I had mine out already.
Scan.
Now what do you mean by that?
Dagger
Not
mind controlling me.
essential. Me? You're not essential, you wee little...
Speaker status verified. Welcome, Speaker. Have you come to retrieve the Seekers?
Seekers? Yes! That must be what she meant when she directed me to this place. She wanted us to find these creatures.
Mr. Custodian, what in the name of the Forge is a Seeker?
Allow me to show you.
Oh, that's so fucking gorgeous.
Designation Seeker. Feral creatures.
Looks like the discipline
Seekers.
one.
The finest specimens were selected from herds and trained to serve the Watchers, speeding them to sites of corruption in accordance with containment protocols.
Herds, you say? We've never seen a one.
It's fucking
How many of them
gorgeous.
remain?
Look at it.
Accessing. Current count of known Seekers, 3.
Only the 3 here, then.
So, what
Oh no, that's the holy one. I thought it was lighter than
Invasive,
that.
corrupted
That'd be the
entities
discipline one.
have bombarded this planet since its shaping.
I love him.
Attrition due to combat
Really wish I could ride on the
fatalities
disc one.
gradually
That's
reduced
amazing.
The numbers of Seekers. Now, only these are known to remain.
Because this one's a bit much for me,
noble
but
creatures
that one's my
protected
favourite.
us before we even knew how to protect ourselves.
Alert! Void energies
I'm sure it'll look
detected.
great though in void
Initiating
form.
Sanitation protocol.
Oh, blazes, not again!
Every time.
You've done this before, brother? Oh, aye, more than once. You're the big, important speaker. Can ye shut it off then? Stop it then, will you?
Unable to comply. Sanitation protocol cannot be aborted. Visitors may be in a corrupted state. If you are hearing whispers of unknown origin, please step directly into the searing light.
Lot of good that did. Well,
Well, I've been hearing whispers of an unknown origin for a while now, so this is no skin off my nose. Alright,
yourself for purification.
freaking Shadow Priest of the world, prepare yourself to cringe. As I, Fallon, the greatest freaking Shadow Priest in the universe, press random buttons and hope things die. I'm really thinking of making a new transmog for this character. Because, I mean, it looks great. It's got exactly the look I want to go for. Kind of like a snobby kind of royal thing. But, what I don't like is... Oh shit, wrong button. Gentlemen, what I don't like is the fact that, the stupid, the way the lights on the back work, it only looks good if you're facing the character. But if you turn around, it's really stupid. I don't like that at all. Think of any good Shadow Priests transmogs that have sort of a royal or a noble look to them, and I mean noble as in the class, not as in I mean noble as in the social class, not as in the personality.
Of this world. A good dispel should dissipate him.
Because if there's one thing Elmrich is not, it is noble. He's not the kind of guy to be noble. I've not written a backstory for this guy, but I already have an idea of this character. He's the kind of guy that'll stab you in the back if it'll benefit him. He's your typical undead. He's a bit of a dick. He'll work with you, but as soon as it benefits him to portray her, he will. The thing about the Legion...
Ones would come to life too. Watch yourself!
I fucking love dwarves so much. Oh god. Ah! But, what was I saying? Yeah. The thing is that what's going on right now is the Legion is, yeah, the Legion would kill him as well, and he doesn't want his power to be gone, no matter how minuscule his power is. He'd like to think that he's one of the most powerful forces in the world, but he's really fucking not. He just dresses like it, you know? He's got an element of charisma. Even if it's not impressive charisma, it's the kind of charisma where if you fuck me over, I will kill you. Painfully. I will drive you mad. That kind of thing. Oh, the tentacles. I love that visual effect so much.
We're not done yet.
But yeah, the Legion taking over Azeroth and destroying everything will destroy his plans and, you know, the livelihood he wants to live and all that shit, the life he wants to live. Or rather, the unlife he wants to live. But, so yeah, he helps people. That's about it. It's the only reason. Otherwise, there's no fucking way he'd be here. He'd more likely attack the priest that was coming home with one of these things rather than, you know, look after it himself or look for it himself. Incidentally, as a raider, I should be ashamed with freaking, well, I've always been a bit of a casual raider, but, you know, I'm a casual in general in terms of my attitude to this game, well, with playing this game. But I really shouldn't have the camera that close. I should really have it like this. But I've got to ask you, which is more entertaining to watch? Full on view like this, or down in the action like this? Because I think it's down in the action personally. I love the idea that he's just channeling void energy through himself, just driving people mad with a simple touch.
There's no giant eye lasers this time, eh?
Reference to a previous raid. I can't remember the name of the raid, but that fucking fight is one of the most boring fights in the history of WoW. So yeah, I get you, Magby. Not Magby, that's not your name. You're Bran? Bran Blade? Is it Bran? Can't believe I forgot his name. It is, it's Bran. Okay, cool. I should know him. Right. Interrupt. Shit that. Mind Fray. Shield. Thing. Interrupt. Alright. I'm good. Everyone's okay. God, imagine this fight as a fucking healer. Just have to keep the NPCs alive, most likely. My void is more powerful than your lightning. Yeah, I can get behind this character purely because of the theme. I really don't enjoy the gameplay. I'm not a big fan of dotting things all the time. There's a reason why I like a main hunter, and a lot of it's down to things like I don't like RNG, so that keeps a lot of classes out, like Shaman and things like that. I really don't like relying on a random number generator. It's also why I really don't like the new combat, the Rogue Outlaw, because the whole dice rolling thing is such a fucking annoyance. Before you do anything, you have to roll a dice like several times and hope you get lucky and get one you can actually fucking use. I really don't like that at all. You know, I like things that I can rely on, press buttons in a specific order and do damage, that kind of thing. I don't like relying on procs, which puts out a lot of different classes. Leaves out a lot of different classes. I'm not a fan of dots, and I'm not a fan of being squishy. So yeah.
By my troth. This'll be the last time I go adventuring with a bronze beard.
Don't blame the bronze beards. I mean, okay, Bran kind of looks for this shit. But, I don't know. I've had some good times with Bran in the past. And some really boring times, but mostly good times. So yeah, a lot of people like to shit over hunters for being simple.
The machine surges with light.
A lot of people like to shit on hunters for being simple. Their simplicity is one of the reasons I like them. Because all you need to do is do a very simple rotation and you do damage. As opposed to building up combo points, using those combo points on the dot. You know, I mean that's more like that's more rogue gameplay, but I'm more familiar with rogue than the Empriest. Building up combo points, using those combo points on the dot, or weakening an enemy, and a lot of classes actually work around that now. The idea that you have like an all-powerful move, and then you spend everything around that all-powerful move. Even hunters have that as well. Like, frigging paladins is the first one to come to mind. You know, you activate the wings and you do all the damage around them. You get more, you get faster and faster and faster and faster. Oh shit, I might die here. Oh, fuck off with your stuns. Heal, heal, heal. Come on and heal me up. Oh, fuck you all. Fuck you, you goddamn bitch. Bring out my little thing here. Oh, fuck off. No! No! Right, let's dot these up. Part of the reason I don't like dots is I don't like to rely on the targeting system that much. The targeting system has fucked me up so many times before. Seems to be working alright right now though, which is nice. I think what it comes down to is I can enjoy a lot of these classes just to quest with, but there's very few classes I can play seriously. Both like actually play in terms of skill, and play and actually play in terms of take fully seriously, and you know, and care a lot about stats and the stats on my armor, and you know, and getting the best gear and running everything and things like that.
Gonna hope that's the last time I end up in this situation.
Custodian be powering down. Might be this chamber expended all its energy. Oh, no one's left to look after these poor creatures.
You're wrong about that, lass. 'Tis why Azeroth called us here. She knew it wouldn't be long before the Void overtook this chamber. She knew who would protect these creatures and use them in service of the light. 'Tis you, High Priest.
Agreed. High Priest, give us time to scribe him into the annals of the light. We'll meet up at Netherlight Temple.
I can take you back whenever you're ready, High Priest.
So, the story behind this so far, I'm assuming we're just gonna get it now, so let's talk about this. So, the story behind this so far has just been really fucking good. Like, whenever I'm going anywhere with dwarves, I know I'm gonna have a good time. It's just fact. Like, going anywhere with these guys, dwarves, is just, it's gonna be funny, it's gonna be, like, heartwarming, it's just gonna be epic, it's just, dwarves equal a good time. It's one thing I've learned. Incidentally, Beastmaster artifact, dwarves, a frigging, dwarf with his pet Huey, the griffin. Oh, Huey! I love it. That guy's awesome. I'm hoping to see more of him in the future. But yeah, throughout that entire fight, I was talking about other things and not the fight itself. Which, compare that to the warrior. The fight there was just kind of something to do. It was not really engaging about it. But the story itself, like the whole interaction with these guys, has been great. So, there we go. I am ready to go back to Dalaran. But yeah, I can enjoy pretty much any class in terms of questing. There's the odd exception. I hate mages. I really do hate mages in terms of questing. And in Legion, I found myself really hating rogues. I used to love them, but in Legion, I've really not liked leveling a rogue. It's I'm doing it. I've done it twice so far. I'm not a fan of it. Why twice? The original one I ended up getting rid of, and well, I made a new one for Alliance because my main rogue is Horde, and the guild I was in, I wanted to mess around with a rogue for a bit, so I made one that was Alliance, and I'm leveling my original Horde one now. So yeah, there we go. In the right way? Yeah. So yeah, with the exception of those, and it's the mage. Just I've never liked leveling mage, but rogue in this expansion. So really, the only class I don't enjoy leveling and questing with is the mage, just because of how goddamn squishy they are. I'm not a fan at all. You know, at least the priest and the warlock can heal themselves in combat. Not reliably, but they can do it. So, eh. Oh, how cool do these things look? Alright, screenshot time.
Truly marvelous.
Yeah,
Wonder.
they are truly marvelous. Thank you, I'm glad you agree. Alright, screenshot time, boys. "'Tis our greatest honour to present you with the steed, High Priest, and thank you for leading us. You're truly blessed with the light, and so are all of us for having you." Well, thank you very much. I mean, that alone would be a good screenshot. There is another one. The fucking jaw! Various, like, Velen's like, why the fuck are we entrusting this thing to an undead? This is not right. The way the dagger just popped up above his head! I'm sorry. That was the best one so far. It wasn't, but oh my god, that was amazing. It's the fact that he's an undead. And undead priest is just not right. Unless you're a shadow priest. And even then, you'd expect the priest hero to be a holy priest or a disciplined priest. Mix that with the dangling jaw. And then the fucking animation of it like this, like the fucking amazing frame rate, the animation, or the clippy animation, it's like this, and then the next second he's like this. That was fucking amazing. Alright, what's the name of this mount? High Priest's Light Sworn Seeker. High Priest Light Sworn Seeker. I'm not getting rid of Invincible. I like Invincible too much on this character. So High Priest Lightborn Seeker. Let's have a look. How fucking gorgeous is this thing? I just wanna, like, this is one of my favorite of the new mounts. This thing is fucking gorgeous. It is regal. It's like, it reminds me a lot of the Dungeons and Dragons version of what are they called? Sphinx. It reminds me a lot of a Dungeons & Dragons Sphinx. There's something very powerful looking in it. It's very regal. It looks wise. It looks dangerous. It looks higher class. And, oh, look at it. And look at the particle effects. Like, this thing is fucking gorgeous. I cannot gush about this one more. Like, the freaking throne... The holy throne with the wings is amazing. The just the detail on the legs is amazing. The face is gorgeous. I love it. And I also like the fact that the wings disappear when you land. I know a lot of people don't like that, or probably won't like that, but I'm a fan of it. I just like the fact that the wings just materialize as you fly. It gives it that kind of mystical look. I wouldn't like that on every mount, but I like it on this one. As you can tell, I haven't even got the weapon for this one. There's the discipline one. which is my personal favourite. I think this thing is absolutely fucking gorgeous. Look at it. It's regal as fuck. And that face is just perfectly molded. Like, the face is just so well designed. I'm a big fan of owls in general. This is like an owl sphinx or something along those lines. I know sphinx have humanoid heads, but yeah. It just gives me that sphinx vibe. Because of just how regal it is and intelligent looking. Just the silver, like, almost platinum armor is amazing. I love this version so much. One, so you can get a better look at the details on it. Yeah, even the little bit there where you stand on in order to get up. I just think this creature is absolutely fucking beautiful. I love it so much. Alright, now swap over to Holy. And the Holy one is also fucking gorgeous. And incidentally, let's get off that again. Priest. So when I'm summoning this, like, I kneel down and there's, like, holy fire coming from me. This one especially is very Sphinx-like. You know what? Actually, I changed my mind. This is my favourite one. The Holy One's my favourite one. This thing is amazing. Just the slight gold tint to everything. Ah. Oh. It's the spurs again, the wings, the fucking particle effects. Look at that. Fucking glorious. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with this mount whatsoever. I can't think of any flaws with this one. So let's switch back to Shadow. And let's have a look at the summon animation for Shadow, because I didn't see that properly. On Shadow. Alright, so let's... There we go. I surround myself in void energies and it spawns. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, this mount is really cool. As it is, and then boom, Shadow version. I love how that affects the wings as well. If I turn that off, you can just see like the pulsating magical effect in the wings a lot more in Shadow form. Yeah. There's nothing bad I can say about these mounts. The only complaint I could possibly have with these mounts are the same complaint I've had with every single one of the class-specific versions, and that it's class-specific. However, again, Shadow, Holy, Discipline, I can understand the separation. I can't understand the separation of the Warrior, but I can understand it on the Priest. You know, a Shadow Priest running around on a Holy one doesn't make sense. However, I could see it working with the Shadow Aura effect. So there we go. Yeah, I can't gush about this one enough. This is up there with the Wolfhawk for me. It's really well designed. There's no complaints I have with it whatsoever. Incidentally, the complaint I have with the Wolfhawk, the one complaint I have with the Wolfhawk, which is a nitpick, which I think the armor is too bulky. Not with this one. The armor is perfectly sized for this one. I have no problem with this whatsoever. If that was any smaller, it would clip into it. It would, as soon as it put its neck down, it would hit it. So the armor is completely fine on this. It's not overly bulky. It's absolutely fine. It makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, this is up there with the Wolfhawk for me. This thing is fucking gorgeous. I love the particle effects. I love the attention to detail. And I will most definitely be using this when I'm on my Priest. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I cannot gush about it enough. So, while I'm enjoying this mount for a little bit, I'll see you next time.